Hello everyone, my name is Nikos and I've been selling on Amazon for the last 5 years. In today's video, we're going to talk about criteria for private label sourcing. Now, I started 5 years ago and I started with arbitrage and eventually got to the stage where I could leave my teaching job and start doing Amazon full time. After 2 months of doing arbitrage, I thought, hold on, I'm actually working here a lot more than what I used to do as a teacher. So I learned how to do private label. And after that, a year and a half after that, I've added also unique bundles. So I sell under two brands on Amazon. If anyone is interested into learning how to sell under your brands, all you gotta do is just go on my website. When it comes to private label sourcing, because this is what we talk about here today, private label sourcing and unique bundle sourcing ideas are completely different. So for private label, you need to understand and you need to have some certain criteria for yourself. You can go and use tools like Helium Template Box in order to identify your idea, but then you've got to validate that idea for yourselves. Now, what the heck does that even mean? When it comes to Amazon, you've got keywords, and you can literally just type your keyword on top here. Okay, if I type Nikos Marcos, nothing's going to pop up. I've not written a book or anything. But if I was to type Pokemon, imagine how many listings are going to pop up. Now, what you want to do is you want to have your front page of Amazon. Yeah. So when you're searching for your keyword, you want it to be less than 300. I want really between 150 and 300,000. Now, why is that? Because it means that there is enough demand, yeah, but not an excessive supply. So, for example, I put water flosser here. Now, I'm going to use Helium 10, and what it does is for the keyword water flosser, it checks all the front page. It checks the front page. So when I'm talking about front page of Amazon, I'm literally talking about this front page. The moment I found the keyword, now it's called the front page of Amazon because at the bottom you can have image two, so page two, page three, etc., etc. So the goal is for you and your product to be on your front page of Amazon because realistically speaking, people are not going to click on page 2 and 3. So if we're going to click on full summary, you'll find how this idea, even though it's everywhere, it's just a bit too competitive for us. Now you can see here we've got 1,837. Now it is quite competitive, and I can show you the reason why. Imagine you are bringing a product. You are bringing a product over here in the UK. One of the first things I do, of course, is always hide a sponsored product. It just makes it a bit cleaner for ourselves. And you can look at the pricing, but look at this. Look at the recent purchases. Imagine you've just started your product. Well, if you're starting your first product, you're not going to order 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 units. You're going to order 500 to 600. So you'd be out of stock within 2 weeks. So you've waited for 2 months for the answer to arrive and you're out of stock within 2 weeks. Is that a good problem to have? Potentially. But look at this. You're not even going to get that sales rank really because you're competing with other people that are going to have a better sales rank. Sales rank is how fast you are selling. Yeah. Yes, of course you can advertise, but the whole reason for advertising is what you do is you advertise in order for the product to be there. You get sales, your sales rank get better, and then you start getting some organic sales. That's what happens. But here, as you can see, we've got competitors where I've got 10,000 sales, 7,000, 3,000, 2,000, 1,000, 700. I'm not got a landing space anything to do. The least amount is 50 per month. Yeah, 50 a month, and you can see how is something that I do not want to do because it's too competitive. You can set the volume for us too. Something very, very important to figure out if an item seasonal or not. You can see how I've got a peak in November, December, so potentially it's quite a giftable item. I love it. I use it, but I wouldn't sell it. So you could potentially look at different ideas. So let's have a look. Ear cleaner, dog ear cleaner. Potentially, you staying on the same topic, we could have done dog teeth cleaner, a bit more of a niche. But this is something that I've seen a few times. Okay, so let's have a look at this. So dog ear cleaner. So remember, what is our first criteria? Our first criteria is that we want the revenue of the front page of Amazon to be between 150 and 300,000. Why is that again? Because we've got enough demand, yeah, but not too much supply. So here again, we've got 900,000. So dog ear cleaner, nothing. I shouldn't be doing that. So apply filters, you can see. No, so let's have a look at dog teeth cleaner maybe. Again, all I'm doing is I'm just putting keywords here to see if we can find something that meets that. Go to analyze again, 1.5 million. Wow. So what we're going to do is instead of wasting our time, we're actually going to start using data. That's what we're going to do. We're going to start using data. I'm going to use Blackbox for ourselves. Now, with black box is you can have your setting criteria for yourself. So one of the first ones I want the revenue, the front page to be that. Now, second thing is I want to be able to sell comfortably. Yeah, I want to be on the front page of Amazon comfortably after 7, 8 sellers, and I can sell 100 times a month and be there. So therefore, parent level sales is, let's go for ASIN sales, even units. I want to go from 80 to 200. Pricing, I'm VAT registered seller. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I don't see the reason for you selling 9.99 items, or let's check the idea to see if it works for that one. You need to commit. Okay, fair enough. If you've bought potentially at 50p or one a quid and it's selling for 9.99, then yes. But if you're looking for the long term, I want us to be thinking of, could I sell something for 14.99 all the way to like 40, whatever it is. But let's go 14.99 to 34.99. In fact, let's go 19.99. So that is the price for the item. Yeah, we want 80 to 200. Okay, so therefore the parent level revenue, that's going to get sorted quite fast there. Review count, well, again, we are looking for people that are quite lazy. So review ratings, I want a maximum of 4. So I don't want a perfect listing. I don't want to compete against the perfect listing. Obviously, when it comes to your first item, you do want it to be smaller. So I'm just going to put maximum £3. And we've got number of images. Again, we could be looking for a lazy person, but we're going to put maximum of 5, and variation count is maximum of 1. You do not want to start launching 7 or like 3, 4, whatever it is, variations in your listing. Get one right, and then you can add to it. Amazon have made it a lot easier for us. And let's search. If you're getting too many options here, if you get like 250, 239 we've got here, we've got to niche down. So again, edit filter. It could be as simple as us change the number of images from 5 to 4. So already we broke 100, we lost about 100 of them. Then we've got big listings here, okay? So what else we need to do? We need to remove the people that are doing arbitrage. So number of sellers. So number of sellers is we could have a maximum of 2. Now again, the only reason as to why I put 2 is because it counts as 2 sellers if you're FBM and FBA. That's why I put 2. But you can see how that Netgear one left away. We lost another 60 here. And we're going to go filter by parent level sales. Revenue even, apologies. Let's have a look at this. Bedbug smoke, wow. I guess tis the season. I've seen quite a few people complaining about it, so it's again here very, very. This is an opportunity because it's not a really good title. You can see professional strength product. This is something they've used potentially ChatGPT to do. You can see with these lines here, only ChatGPT would do it. They've not optimized the listing here for us, but it's clearly selling for them quite nicely. They've not got. There we go. We've got A plus content here. Again, we would have to look, is that Cricket Kill a big brand or not? Let's have a look at the store. There's definitely a bit more effort. Yeah, they've made a bit of effort here. I'm surprisingly they've not done more effort on their listing though. For that, healthy flow. Now, this is a unique bundle, yeah, believe it or not, or this is somebody who's selling Cadbury's chocolate and their own brand. In fact, they're listing it under generic. But yeah, that's what they've done here. And you can see how they've removed the Cadbury's in order for not to receive a suspectable intellectual property by that advertising for Cadbury's. And it's selling. People know what the brand looks like. That's what the power of it. Let's have a look. I don't like doing... we've got parasites. Yeah, I don't like doing stuff like that yet. I don't know how to do it. That's what I mean. Yes, so I'm adding to it. Is that gummies again? Yeah, gummies. Airsoft. Wow. If you know what this is, then you know what you're looking for. But other people wouldn't have a clue. Wow. You can make that so much better for yourselves. So I think that's quite a big brand, actually. I mean, clearly you could do better on this listing. You can see it if they're selling at 33.50. Look at this. There you go. I mean, you can see they've just what an opportunity! Like, if you know what you're doing, if you know about cars, you go down and you look at the belts. What an opportunity that would have been for yourself. And they're selling it even with extensive delivery. Now, which is the 9th of October when I'm doing this video, and they've got delivered 21st to 23rd, and it's still selling. Yeah, and you can see this is an FBM item. Very interesting. Data. This is a Northern Ireland brand. They taste amazing. Carpet tiles. Again, just look at the opportunity, what people could have done better with this listing. But people buy it. People actually buying it. It's insane. This is the first image. This is the first image, and people are clicking it and buying it. Just tells you how much opportunity you can have on Amazon. Airsoft parts seems to be something that keeps popping out consistently. So I'll put airsoft. But maybe something that's getting bigger and bigger over here in the UK. It's like paddle, yeah. Paddle potentially, if you knew what you were doing, that could have been an opportunity for yourselves. Now, look at that. We've got revenue 115,000. Not the best, okay, but maybe we've got a bit of a niche, really. And again, we've just put the word airsoft. Maybe it needs to be us too. Let's have a look. Is it airsoft? Let's have a look at the difference between them. Literally, a space can make such a big difference when it comes to revenue. $47. So it's definitely the best one would have been airsoft, all one word. We've got different opportunities that we could find really for it, but this seems to be a niche that's not got a crazy demand, yeah, but and not also a crazy supply. So that could be an opportunity for yourself. This is what you're looking for. You're looking for opportunities whenever it comes to doing this. So let's have a look at here. Okay, so we've got Young Forever brand. Now, what they're looking for is how many you've got, where I'm going to have a look at the keyword, okay? So reusable kids sippy cups. Is that a very competitive niche? It comes in a sort of put home and kitchen there. Right, is it too competitive? Is it worth me jumping in this? Yes, some people selling 100, but can I validate my idea? Is it worth me jumping in this niche? And again, we've just gone for main keyword. So 400k revenue, yeah, quite competitive. Let's get rid of that. So let's click on a big brand. Okay, we know that Nook is quite a big brand here in the UK. Now, what you could do is you can scroll down, and when you find Helium 10, the extension, you will find that you can click on X-ray. He says, there we go. We're here past it. So you can click on X-ray and find out what is the main keyword here. What is the highest possible term that we should be looking for this listing? Keywords. Apologies. So we can see we've got keywords with higher search volume, but let's have a look at what is the highest search volume. So you got water bottle. We don't want that. We don't want a stainless water bottle. Toddler water bottle potentially. That might be something that could be the main keyword. Okay, so you got toddler water bottle, but we're looking for a sippy cup that you could put anything on it. I think toddler water bottle might be the big one here. So let's analyze that keyword. Because again, what we're trying to figure out is are we suiting ourselves by launching a product on a too competitive category? So you can see we've got a category of 876,000. You need to find out if you could have a bit of a niche really for here. Like, knowing me, okay, and being a parent, I know that you could have a few different water bottles. You can have water bottles that are cleanable in a washing machine. You can have water bottles where the straw is different. You can have ones with straw, without straw. You would have to go down a niche and offer something different here. You can see these ones here are offering just some cute things. What have they got? 262 they're selling per month. Easy carry. Insulated, okay? It's insulated for a couple of hours for it. You'd be surprised how much money we spent in water bottles for little ones, and they're all different. Yeah, they're all different, and kids like different water bottles each time. One of the main thing you need to understand for yourselves with it is that you might have found the idea, but you need to also make sure that you validate when it comes to the total revenue in the front page, because you might be launching on a very, very competitive category. Yes, your idea would sell, but are you launching a competitive category? Are you shooting yourself in the foot? Because you're trying to compete with people that are selling over 1,000 a month, so the sell rank will be amazing. If they can buy over 1,000 a month, just think how much money they've got to be buying stock, and they're buying it cheaper than you. The only way for you to do something different is your items to be different. You cannot buy it cheaper than somebody who's buying over 10,000 units at a time. So just something to think for yourselves when it comes to private labeling, how important it is that one of your main validations, if your product idea is correct or not, is the revenue from the front page. Is very, very important. And then we've got the different criteria in order to figure it out. I really hope you enjoyed this. And if you're interested in Amazon private label tips, all you got to do is just sign up below with a newsletter for myself, and you will receive 40 tips along with a free invitation to my Discord server. Thanks so much for watching. And according to YouTube, this should be the next video you should be watching.